All right, I'm Wes Fromm here with head coach Tom Kearly as we head into the fifth game of the season. Coach, week off. What did the team do in the bye week?
Well, it worked out real well for us, Wes, as far as some of the time allotments, if you would. Our career fair was here, and that's big on this campus. It's 340 companies, so we took Tuesday and Wednesday completely off of football. That gave them a chance to go around to see the possible job employment and internships, those type of things. Also gave a bunch of them a chance to interview. Also hit right about the fifth week, which is a big week here for tests. So we had an awful lot of our young people with tests. We played four ball games. Don't have anybody really out, but we've got some people that are banged, so that gave them an extra week to heal. So, all in all, I think it was a week where a lot of parts of the program got some benefit.
Let's look back at the first 4 weeks of the season. Obviously, all four in the win column, but a lot of close ball games in there.
Right.
What did you learn about your team in the first 4 weeks?
Well, I think we realized that we're a ways away from being a really good football team. I do think that we've shown the ability to finish. That's one of the things that we put on our goal board every week is the ability to close it out, finish it, turn the L into a W, and of course with twice we've driven the field. On last series, kicked the field goal on the last play of the game to win. Another ball game, we've twice in the last 3 minutes we had to stop somebody. Did not allow them a first down and two possessions to come out of their own end. So I think we have shown that we can finish and get a W at the end of a ball game.
Talk about some of the individual players maybe that have stepped up their game and really made an impact on this team so far.
Well, the quarterback's played very well. I mean, that's we I don't want to say we live and die with him, but when you've got a quarterback with his skills and the way he's playing the football game, and his pass, he hasn't thrown an interception yet. Knock on wood. He's thrown a whole bunch of touchdown passes. He spread the ball out. I think we've got 11 or 12 different people have caught passes, in different avenues. We've scored. I mean, he's done a good job in the red zone, doing those type of things. And so he's our leader. Defensively, Nelson Winky and Cam Allen at our ends have both played well. Brett Gervais, been our player of the week defensively a couple of times. Tanner Egan, as our three technique, is also been our player of the week once or twice. So there have been people that have really stepped their game up.
We talked about offensive line being one of maybe the areas of question marks going into the season. Even though you had some experience there, you had a couple of new guys coming in. How has that unit gelled together?
Well, I think Bruce Debbelman is a senior moving from guard to center, and Frank Verwink, a veteran starter for us, moving from tackle to guard. That's really come out well. Josh Konepke is a redshirt freshman, earned the start at left tackle. He's played well. Matt Mateer and Austin Roy on our right side, and then we've kind of shared the tight end duties with Bob Fraker and Ian Winky. So, right now, I think all in all, I think we've blocked the run is good or better than we have in the past, and I feel good about that. We had one ball game where we gave up some sacks, but I think those were more of a situation where there was a lot of factors involved. The quarterback, the backs on protection, a couple of schemes got us, those type of things.
You're sitting at 4-0. You got 6 games left. 4 of those coming at home for you. How do you feel like the schedule sets up the rest of the way?
Well, we know what's ahead of us. I mean, the big boys are coming. We know that. These next 3 are all perennial. GLIAC powerhouses. That have won championships in the not too distant past. With Northwood and then Grand Valley, then Ferris. So, but the one thing that I think's really shown West this year in the league is you got to be ready to play. I mean, the number of upsets, if you would, the people all of a sudden saying, you watch a team like Tiffin that, has won 1 ball game or so, or 2 ball games less. They've won at Saginaw, at Wayne, 2 good, solid programs, on the road. So, I've said at the start, and I guess I keep repeating myself, but, you got to be ready every week. There's nobody in this league that you can't beat, and there's nobody in this league that if you're not ready to play won't get you.
Keys to getting a win here this week at Northwood?
Well, I think we have to do a good job against their attack. It's a different attack. They've gone back to the wood bone and given you more of the option schemes, of perimeter stuff that is tough to prepare in 1 week. That's another thing that happened to us last week. I think our defense got a chance on a couple of those practices to maybe prepare a little bit better than they normally would with just 3 or 4 practices. So hopefully that'll help us. And then offensively, we've got to be consistent, and we've got to get points. I mean, last year we went down there and I think we scored the first possession. Second possession got down on the 5, turned it over. Next possession went down, drove it, got inside, and then threw an interception. All of a sudden we're in a tight ball game. I think we have to do a good job offensively in maximizing points.
Well, we look forward to the game, being back in action this week, and finally coming home on October 18th against Grand Valley. Coach, good luck this week.
Thanks, Wes.